All right. I guess you guys can see me. Cool. I need to get moved. So. Sun glare the whole way up there. It's the only problem leaving this time in the morning too. Goodness, not what I'm trying to say. I just can't think of it. So anyway, I finally got my thoughts in order here. Doing something a little different in such that I'm actually recording going to work instead of just some kind of event that I'm going to or somewhere else random that I'm going to. But today is, well, this evening rather, it's not really right now, but this evening is the big unveil for what the truck convoy this year earned from Make-A-Wish. This kind of event is something that they've never done before, and so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. But first, I have to go to work. So I don't recall. I think that, well, no, that would have been before. I don't know if I mentioned that or not in my last video, because the last video you'd have seen would have been the actual truck convoy, I believe. I ain't mistaken. I think that was the truck convoy. So I may or may not have made mention to, I don't remember at this point, I may or may not have made mention to the fact that I actually started a new job shortly after the convoy ended. You recall that the convoy is the first weekend in May, and on May 9th I started working for a company called Select Medical Corporation as a Tier 1 help desk specialist. So I've not even been there, this is only the 6th, I've not even been there a month just yet, as of this recording. And I have to say, I love it. You know, it's so nice, number one, being back on first shift. I hated second shift because I just was not wired correctly for that kind of shift. Some people can survive on that shift, and I did when I had to, but I'm telling you, now that I'm back on first shift, it's so much better. You know, it's much more normal for me on first shift. And, you know, it's just, I could go more into detail, but I'm not going to, because, I mean, it was all around a much better move for me. The biggest thing was being back on first shift, because my college classes next semester, which would be in the fall, are only offered, well, the one was only offered in the evening. So I would have been stuck had I stayed at a shore anyway. Oh, Squirrely, you better rethink that. He did. But because, as you recall, I was on second shift, which I wouldn't have been able to take that class anyway. And I would not have been able to go back to first shift at a shore until July, barring that there was a place open anyway. So it just was not gonna be a potentially easy way to go about it. So this just kind of worked out better for me in the end. You know, it's a little farther of a drive. I mean, I'm going, instead of going, you know, half an hour, it's now about 40 minutes roughly. It's between 35 and 42 minutes, basically, depending upon the way I go. And that's the only thing about where this place, where it is that there's not an overly easy way to get there from where I live. So it's just kind of deal with it and see what happens kind of thing. But you know, it's not bad. So I'm going to work now, and then later we'll go from work to Hanover to where, because they're actually having the event. Sherry, the woman that does all the stuff for the convoy, she actually works at Hanover Hyundai, and they have really gotten involved with Make-A-Wish such that she's been able to hold a few events there, you know, for Make-A-Wish. Or not even necessarily, like, they've done 2 events recently, this tonight, and then there was one previously just after the convoy. That one wasn't tied directly to Make-A-Wish, but it was still held at Hanover Hyundai. But, you know, I've never really worked with that dealership personally as far as stuff with cars or whatever, but just from what I know from, you know, what Sherry has done and stuff, they've been really open to what she wants to do with the convoy and everything else. And I mean, she's been able to hold now 2 events there, you know, and they just, you know, it's no big deal. So that's cool too. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can get our company, with the company I work for, involved too somehow. I'm not quite sure how, but I've got a year to make it happen. I'd love that. Company is so good, even just for me starting, because we can, you know, if there's something we need to do, we can leave and come back. And I mean, they seem very, very flexible, which is nice. You know, like today I wanted to go to this tonight, and theoretically I would have had to have gone from Mechanicsburg to Hanover in a half an hour, which, if you're familiar with Harrisburg, PA geography, that's not an easy feat. It's 40 minutes minimum to get from Mechanicsburg to Hanover, and that's barring no traffic. So, you know, my boss is very easygoing. I know I'm squinting right now because I'm looking into the sun, but I needed to be able to see this light too. Oh, come on. Jeez, oh man. I can see. So you know, my boss, I asked her if I could come in an hour early, and she said, yeah, no problem, you know. And she said, if you need to leave a little sooner than that, then go right ahead, you know, it's not a big deal. And that's the kind of place I love, you know. I mean, granted, I don't take advantage of it, obviously, but it's nice to have that flexibility there. So, yeah, this certainly was a good move for me. Biggest thing about coming up here that is a pain is 15, and it's just because of the traffic. I mean, I've found ways around 15, and I may spend a little extra time, but you also avoid the traffic too, which is nice. I mean, granted, I don't know if it's technically any time savings, but I hate sitting in traffic. I'm hoping that leaving an hour early from work will make that easier. Because I know when I've been leaving work, trying to go into 15 South from where I work is almost always a parking lot. They've actually been backed up on the ramp trying to get onto 15 South from where I work. The unfortunate thing is there's not necessarily an easy way to get around that. I mean, there's ways, but it's going to add a crap ton of time. Like, I found a back way that I could go completely off the beaten path if I wanted to. But around like 10 minutes driving time too, so we'll see. And really, it's just the problem with it is trying to get from Mechanicsburg through Dillsburg. Because once again, if you know the geography, you'll know what I'm talking about. Pardon me, but for some reason unknown to everybody, probably basically, that 15 is a highway north of Dillsburg and south of Dillsburg, but going through Dillsburg, it's still a 4-lane highway technically, but instead of having limited access on and off ramps, it's got straight lights. You'll see what I mean when I show it later. You'll see what I'm getting at. But, yeah, anyway. makes that easy enough. Okay. Go ahead and end this video here, and we'll continue once end of the day rolls around. See you guys. Alright, sorry if the air is a little bit loud, but work is now over for the day, and now I get to drive to Hanover. So yay! Okay, so plug in my Pandora. Need to hit the road, y'all. Perfect. Alright, let's roll, y'all.